Hey friends, Ari Koinuma here. Thanks for checking in. So I'm sorry that I haven't posted in the last few weeks, and to catch you up on what's been going on, I thought I would do that as a part of sort of the end of the year, what happened in on my channel this last year and where it's going kind of video. So bear with me, I'll get to that, what happened most recently in time. But I want to go back a little bit to the long time ago in a faraway galaxy, when before the times of pandemic. Oh my goodness, that sounds like a really long time ago, doesn't it? Anyway, this year for me was going to be a resurgence of sorts because I could not do much creative activity last year based on because of some personal challenges. And so when this year started, I was like, okay, let's pick up where I left off. And I started posting the same kind of content, which was, mostly about songwriting and exploring impactful music and all that. But then, like, for some reason, even though I was posting the same kind of thing that I was doing before, I just didn't feel that there was a lot of momentum. There was, the view count was low, and it was just not quite sort of. I wasn't feeling it. So, but I kept going, and I wanted to sort of post on a regular basis, and I thought, I sort of let the momentum totally lapse, so it might take a while to sort of wind back up, right? So I did that, and then around middle of the year, I started getting involved on Facebook with a group of highly sensitive people, or highly sensitive persons. And I had always known that I was an HSP, but I have never had encountered a group of them or support group for that. And then I realized then that these were like my people. Like, these people get me, and I relate to them, and that being a Japanese living in the United States, pursuing rock music, it's just something that I have not felt in other places. So I was really excited, but I also saw that a lot of HSPs struggle because the idea of sensitivity and neurodiversity and just how you adjust or how you accommodate that in life, apparently is still a very much emerging best practice. And I think I'm one of the more well-adjusted ones. So I just felt, long story short, like I really needed a outlet to sort of express my compassion and passion for how to make life work as an HSP. And as you know, all along I was always a deep thinker, and I did more like a deep thoughts type video. So I thought, hey, I'm gonna sort of expand that a little bit and make that regular part of my channel. And I felt kind of nervous and uneasy about that at the same time, because I was like, well, from the business perspective, right, the best practice is to sort of focus on the one topic and just make it easy to understand, focus on one audience and keep going. So I was doing that, and then of course in the early fall, I released a single, the Balloon Popper song, and that was kind of a warm-up to a larger recording that I am working on right now, which I am still working on. That was kind of like a breaking in my new home studio space, and I was pleased with how it came out. And then fast forward to November, and just to take a break from my larger work, I whipped out a cover song of Stone Temple Pilots' Interstate Love Song in one weekend. And I was like, whoa, I mean, I can do this. Like, it came together so fast, and I was happy with the results. So that I was like, wow, I can totally do this on a regular basis. And going back to about 5 years ago when I started YouTube, my history is that I've always wanted to be a musician, but then I took a detour and studied blogging, and I like writing. About 2008, I studied blog and content marketing, and then 2015, I started doing YouTube on a somewhat regular basis. I liked YouTube because it's a platform where it's really you feel like you're getting to know somebody really well, and I still do believe that. But all along, what I really wanted to do was to record songs and release them. And where my strength as a musician lies is in how I arrange and assemble these recordings. Because while I believe in my songs, I'm a rock band guy, and if I show up with my acoustic guitar and just sing my songs in that way, which I could do, I just could not get behind that idea because I'm not, my strength is not in my singing per se, and my songs cannot convey their strengths or their value unless they're sort of a full rock band songs. But back then, I did not have time, and technology wasn't there for me to be able to put together full production rock band recordings on regular enough basis to feel like this is an activity that I'm building up. If you see my Aristotle's Hope history, I release like one song a year, for 2016, 17, 18. That was my productivity. So come this fall, and all of a sudden I realized I have time, I have space, I have the tools to now do this on a regular basis. And I was like, wow, why don't I do that? And so, long story short, I know this is getting kind of long, but the last 3 weeks or so, I've been just holed up recording, basically. I have 2 recordings that are almost ready to go. One cover and another original, so the original will be released as another single. And to tell the truth, I'm having such the time of my life doing that I almost feel like I don't really need or want to do anything else. So moving forward, I feel like I'm kind of covered like a full cycle, and I was trying to establish myself as this knowledgeable musician guy with music theory and songwriting and impactful music, and then I added the bits about like sensitivity and personal development and deep thoughts and things, and that's all me. That's all part of who I am and what I do. But moving forward, I'm gonna have a new centerpiece, which is gonna be my recordings, my songs, and cover songs, right? I'm gonna be just like all the other independent musicians out there, just making music at their best pace that they can, and I know that the world knows that it takes a lot of time and effort to put together recordings, so we don't expect new songs every day, right? I mean, so in 2021, what I envision is that I'm gonna set myself not a schedule, but just more like a quota of like how many of different kinds of output I'm gonna have, and the central piece is gonna be something like I'm gonna release 1 to 2 full production recordings per month, whether it's cover or original. I'm thinking it's gonna be probably half and half. Because I really enjoy doing covers too, although I have years worth of originals that are just sitting in my head, and I'm just so excited to be able to release them on a regular basis. And of course, on top of that, I have this larger work that I'm working on, which is all original that I wrote. Well, not all, but mostly original that I wrote this last year. That really kind of captures who I am as a musician and songwriter. That's important too. So I have a full load ahead of me, but man, I am just so excited. It just feels like living a dream, and the transition has been kind of parts of it were uncomfortable in that I feel like I'm still looking over my shoulder, my imposter syndrome or something is going on, going, are you sure I'm allowed to do this? Right? Are you sure it's okay that I can do this? And yes, I can. Right? It's my life. And really what's most important is that I spend my time doing the thing that I've always wanted to do, and being happy and joyful about it. And when I feel happy and joyful about it, I know that's gonna come out in whatever I show up to say about it. So I think that's a good thing. So I do want to say that this year definitely there was a momentum eventually in that I felt many of you just get engaged and start commenting and start sharing your thoughts or reactions and start following. And man, I mean, that means so much to me. Obviously, I don't create music just for my own amusement. I create them because I think it has value and it wants to be, I want to share it, and I want to share it with as many people as I can. I think it's the kind of music that really comes alive with, sizable audience. So next year I'm gonna just focus on being a musician, being a recording artist. That's really what it is I am becoming a recording artist. And all the other things which I will continue to do about sharing insights, sharing deep thoughts, sharing lessons I'm learning, that will be sort of a supplemental to what I do as a recording artist. So, thanks again for watching. Thanks again for following me and being engaged. I hope that you are having a good end of the year or holiday season. And these times can be happy or stressful too. It's not lost on me. So if you're feeling the latter, my heart goes out to you. But look for more music to come in the coming days, weeks, and months. And thank you again. I'm just really excited to be able to share my music with you. Thank you.